We're going to do a quick activity in here, and then I think we're going to head into the MC Escher gallery. We're going to skip one activity, do one activity. Okay. So, what I have is a list of instructions on how to make an artwork somewhere in this gallery space. And when I say gallery space, this wall back here, that big gray wall, so from that piece of artwork to the artwork behind me and the walls on either side west. List of directions describes how to make one of these works of art. So what we're going to do is go through the list, and we're going to eliminate works one by one until we figure out which artwork this describes. Okay? So we're going to start with the first clue, which is many small repeated geometric shapes arranged in symmetrical patterns throughout the work. So we need to find works that have lots of geometric shapes. So do you see any works that stand out right now? We're looking for geometry, geometric shapes, and symmetry. Everybody knows what geometric shapes are?
Yes.
Who can tell me some examples of geometric shapes?
They're like shapes that are, they're just like shapes.
Can you give me an example?
Square.
Excellent. Square, circle, triangle. And what about symmetry? What are we looking for when we're talking about symmetry? Rory? Good. So we're looking for something that looks the same on both sides. If you have a line that goes down the middle, that it's the same on both sides. So we're looking for geometric shapes and symmetry. Are there any works that we can rule out that do not seem to have geometric shapes or symmetry? Yes? That collage right there, yeah, from back here, it really does not look like there's a whole lot of geometric shapes or any real symmetry. Good. So can we all agree that that one can be ruled out?
Yes.
What other ones could be ruled out? Savannah?
The head.
The head. Is there symmetry? No. There are some geometric shapes. If you look at the eyes, what would those be? They're symmetrical, but what would the shape be? Oval or ellipse? And the weird rusty pieces or circles, but there's not a lot of symmetry, not a lot of geometric shapes. Okay, how about some other ones that we might want to keep in the mix? Yeah. Okay, the next thing we're looking for, small points. You also might think of these as very small circles throughout the work of art. So, which is still in? That one for sure. That one could be in. What about this one? Does this have little circles?
Yes.
Yeah, the screws have little circles, so this one can maybe be in. And we said that one might be out. That one has circles, but we said it doesn't have a lot of geometric shapes or symmetry, so let's keep going. We're looking for a large rectangle with several smaller rectangles that run through the larger rectangles. So we're looking for a big rectangle with smaller rectangles running through the middle of the artwork. What do you think? So that one could definitely still be in. Yes? Savannah, this one could definitely still be in. So there's a big rectangle with smaller ones that go through the middle. Yes? You know what? I never even thought about looking at this pedestal as rectangles that run through the center, but yeah, that definitely could be. What about this one up here?
I don't think so. The cross.
The cross is two rectangles, and they are in the center, but that is definitely not like the other ones. The other ones have more. Are there any other ones that fit that? A big rectangle with several smaller rectangles that go through the middle of the artwork. Oh, Cheyenne is saying this one. Are there rectangles that go through the middle of that artwork?
Yes.
Are what shape are those windows? Are they in the middle? So could that fit that clue?
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, let's keep going.
It doesn't have small circles.
We're looking for lots of thick parallel lines, but they have to be vertical. So what does vertical mean? Vertical, is it this way or this way? Up and down. So we're looking for lines that go up and down, and they're thick, and they're parallel. So how about this one? Is it still in?
Yes.
There's lots of thick. How about this one? There's lots of parallel lines, but they're horizontal. How about the one with all the stars?
No.
So is that one out now?
Yes.
How about this one over here? Do you see vertical parallel lines? Thick ones?
The thing is that there's lots of other shapes competing with it.
Okay, so yeah, there are a lot of other lines competing with it. You're right. All right, let's keep going. The last clue. We're looking for repeated trapezoid shapes. What's a trapezoid look like? We can describe a trapezoid. Red tool? Excellent. He made it with his fingers. Could everybody show me a trapezoid? It's like a triangle with the top cut off and tossed aside. So we're looking for trapezoids. And we're looking for a trapezoid with smaller trapezoids in the middle. So a big trapezoid with smaller trapezoids inside of it. Does that still work?
No.
No. So where do you think, Megan? Over here. Where do you see the trapezoid? A big trapezoid. Can everyone see the big yellow trapezoid on the right side of this artwork?
Yes.
And inside of it, Savannah said, are blue stripes. But can you see smaller trapezoids?
Yes.
Inside? Yes. So what do you think? That's our last clue, but you had to vote. Point to the artwork you think it describes. Vote with your fingers. All right, I would like for Devontae. Can you read what that says in this tiny little box? What does it say? Perkins Mansion. Can you see something in that artwork that says Perkins Mansion? That matches? So I think we found our artwork. Good job, guys.
Yay!
So this is an artwork made by an artist. His name is William Hawkins, and he was a self-trained artist. So he didn't go to art school to learn how to paint. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah.
Is this a very realistic artwork? No. Savannah?
I think I can tell one thing that it's kind of hard to tell, but I think that mansion's on fire.
It looks like the mansion might be on fire. What makes you say that?
Well, you see the top windows, red and orange, the many little windows, and it looks like there's smoke coming out of it, and the rest of the top is like that.
That's a really good observation, and a lot of people have that observation. This artist used house paint. He painted on discarded materials, so he would collect pieces of wood that were cast away from construction sites or sometimes metal, and he just used house paints or paints that people gave to him to make his paintings, and he based them on postcards that people would send in or pictures that he cut out of magazines. And so this picture actually was based on a postcard that one of our tour guides sent to William Hawkins, and he painted it. Have you guys ever visited Perkins Mansion before? Or John Brown House? It's a place in Akron that you can actually go to, and you can take tours of Perkins Mansion. So it's in the Akron area. And a lot of people thought that it looked like he was painting it on fire, but he said, this is what he said about the sky, that, well, if you look at the sky, is it ever just any one color? There are tons of colors in the sky. So he just poured all these paint colors into the sky, and it looks like, to me, it looks like it's on fire too, or it's smoky. But to him, he said, oh, that's just the sky. That's how I painted the sky that day. And it's really fun. Every time he made a painting, he painted his full name, William L. Hawkins, and then he painted his birthday, so everyone would know his birthday all the time. So he was born July 27th, and then he ran out of room, 1895.
Yeah, everybody else does.
All right, are you ready to go look at some totally different artwork that uses math? Let's go. Do you see geometric shapes?
Yes.
How about some symmetry? What is that? That's a good question. It's an abstract sculpture. So the artist who made it wants you to wonder about what it is and try to figure out what it is. So we can spend some time talking about that. But I want to get to MC Escher. So that is a scissor lift. I think some of our preparators are here working on lights. They're changing out to these light bulbs up here. Sometimes they burn out, so they need to be changed. And since we're not open to the public, public right now, they're switching those out. So that's what that means. We might see them actually when we walk in.